Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes. Man, it was some fantastic football games yesterday. Man, Saturday slate was so amazing, so exciting. You had the Red River rivalry with the Texas Longhorns against the Oklahoma Sooners. Man, my Longhorns showed out. They started off slow, but they got the victory 34-3. I was excited about that. Also, that big game, 2 versus 3, Ohio State at Oregon. We're going to talk about that too. Man, we're going to talk about all the games that we went over on Thursday to see how our predictions came out, to see how the teams performed. I'm very, very excited to be on the show this morning. Hopefully, we get some guests that come in and share their thoughts on the recap of college football yesterday. It was so good to see my Longhorns get that gold hat again. I know we were trying to get it all 4 years that Steve Sarkisian has been our coach, and he really should have won every single game that we've had against Oklahoma. But he's 2-2. I'm glad that Quinn Ewers was able to get his second win against those Oklahoma Sooners. I see my man is on. What's up, somebody else? You good?
Yeah, what's happening with it?
What's up, old up? Pole?
What up, what up, what up? I'll be right there in a second, fellas.
Okay, cool. Did y'all had a bye yesterday, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Much needed.
How you feeling about y'all's new quarterback?
Well, we still don't know if he's starting or not.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I know. Still don't know if he's starting or not. So I guess they're keeping things on hush. But he did look good. Well, he completed some passes, but he still fumbled and all that stuff. But he did better than the two previous ones.
Yeah. Just first game jitters probably for him.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Did you get to
games was good yesterday, man?
That's what I was about to say. I was about to ask you, did you get to watch a lot of games yesterday?
I watched a lot of games. I ain't even do nothing. Like LSU made me some money.
Oh,
yeah. always count on them to make me a couple dollars, man.
That's good.
Yeah. But them games was good, man. Them was some good games. You should have had it live last night.
I know.
After the Ohio State game, they would have been going crazy last night. They didn't calm down a little bit now, so.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. And we had already planned it because we did a live earlier in the day to do the 12-team playoff. And they was like, man, just go ahead and set a link up for tonight after the game. And I didn't do it. Plus, I got kind of lazy too. I was like, man, I really don't want to go. But I should have had it ready, though.
Right.
Yeah.
What up, fellas? What it do on this beautiful Sunday morning?
What's going down?
Man, it's another beautiful morning, man.
Yes, it is. It's fall weather, man. It's football weather.
Football weather.
Oh, you got me wanting to go outside, man.
Yeah.
I usually be outside on the patio, but the wife got it. She beat me to it today.
Okay.
She beat me to it today. She said, "Don't think you coming out here." I said, "Yes, ma'am."
I know that's right. Todd, I didn't know that you knew Pam Turntime.
Yeah.
She
got the homie Stewart out there in Oregon that was killing us.
Yeah. She used to work at Windsor. That's where I knew her from. She used to work at Windsor back in the day. Yeah, really, really cool.
Yeah,
well, let's
for
talk
sure.
about some of those games that we talked about on Thursday to see how well we did. The first one we got number 16 Utah, 19 at Arizona State, 27. Arizona State was not favored in that game, but they pulled out the victory, and the over and under was 45. Yeah. I think Kevin Bird might have been the only one who picked Arizona State to win that game.
Yeah, I know it was unanimous for Utah, so we burnt the bridge on that.
Yeah,
Bless you, bro.
thanks.
The games are so good that we're doing horrible with our picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The games are so good that we're doing horrible,
And
Well,
then that
and I love it.
Cam Rising, he ain't look well, man.
no.
Yeah, he done fell off. He done fell off from his first
Man.
few little warm up games. He done fell off a little bit.
Yeah, that hurtness, man. When you get hurt, like throw your whole thing off. Yeah, because he was throwing interception, ground balls, and everything. I watched that game.
Oh, you did? Yeah, he threw 3 picks in that game, man.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. The other one we had on there, we had South Carolina 25 at number 7, Alabama. Alabama had 27. South Carolina, man, I thought Alabama was going to thump them, and I said that on
Did too. Did
I
too.
thought they were going to be upset about that loss to Vanderbilt, but they didn't look good, bro. Their defense, man.
Yeah.
They're going to have to figure something out.
Yeah, they didn't look good at all. And then at times their offense just looked like Melrose, help us, please help us.
Yeah. Melrose get the ball, everybody block. Yeah, like,
do something, help us.
Yeah.
Next
But
week,
they had some.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, they had some plays for Alabama, man. They tricked them a little bit on a couple of them plays. I was like, good play. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they was playing, man. I told you that quarterback if he got his head on right, he decent, but he don't play like that every week. Like
super inconsistent. Alabama and Tennessee play next week, man. Who the loser of this game? They might be able to kiss the playoffs goodbye.
Yeah. Ooh, wait. Tennessee and Alabama?
Yeah, they play next week.
Oh, Tennessee ain't look too good.
No, they didn't. They did not look good at all.
Well, y'all got to remember that they'll go by the rankings. Like when you have teams that has the same record, they'll go by the rankings. But the SEC is always going to be ranked higher than everybody else.
Yeah.
That's possible. Yeah. The other one we had Cal had 15 at number 22 Pitt. Pitt had 17. Pitt was favored by 3.5. The over and under was 58.5. They didn't even get nowhere near that.
Nah.
Cal missed a field goal at the end of the game. They could have won it.
Yeah.
They blew an opportunity.
I think you was right, T1, that Pitt is not what we think they are. Just because they undefeated.
Yeah, they just undefeated. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. And it's the ACC. The ACC they just ain't popping. They're just not playing at a high level at all.
Right. But that's Pitt. I mean, that's Cal's like third game they lost like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they had the chance at the end to win it. Because they had Florida State like that. They had the chance to win at Florida State. And not Alabama. It was somebody else. They had the chance to win at the end. Miami. They had the chance to win at the end. And
that's where that experience just plays a really, really big part in these games. You got to have the experience to get over that hump. And some of these teams, they just don't have those players with that experience that have been in those type of games to know how to survive those type of games and come out with a win.
Right. You right about that.
The other one we had Arizona 19 at supposed to be BYU was ranked 14 BYU. BYU scored 41 points. They're hard to beat in Provo, man.
Yeah.
I think they might have solidified themselves as the best team in the Big 12. I don't know if they play Iowa State though. Let me check this schedule and see if they play Iowa State. They do not play Iowa State. Wow, that's going to be a good matchup. Man. That's going to be a good matchup. Did either one of y'all catch anything from that game?
I
I,
did.
I watched it. I was going in and out of it, and
Yeah.
they dominated the whole game. It really wasn't much to watch.
Thing about it is, man, they have a good quarterback. Dude
Yeah,
is nice, man. I see he was putting that ball on him, man. Like that big tight end, and then they got the little slim wide receiver. I'm talking about he was putting it on him. I like BYU might be a problem.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
I don't think there'll be much of a problem once they play against the big boys, the real big boys.
you
If
got
they
to
do
think
make
that
it to the playoffs.
quarterback experience is a lot. You know what I
Heck
mean?
yeah,
Like
it
if
is.
you can't rush him and you let him throw, man, it's different.
Yeah,
It's different.
yeah.
They play good defense too, man. They play good
Yeah.
defense. We also have Florida 17 at number 8, Tennessee 23. Tennessee was favored by 15.5 in this game, and the over and under was 55.5. Did either one of y'all get to catch anything from that game?
Yeah.
Tennessee definitely could have lost.
Should have
Oh
lost.
my God, I was about to say that too,
They definitely could have lost a couple of times.
bruh. I was thinking the same thing, man. I'm talking about Florida messed that game up. Florida lost
Yeah,
that
they beat
game.
themselves. They beat themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Florida lost that game,
and they
man.
lost that game. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
They didn't get beat. They didn't get beat, but they lost.
Yeah, they lost. Like, oh man, and then defense was playing kind of solid, Florida, and then at the end they just lost composure, man. Like, yeah, they just lost composure. They had 2 chances to go up by multiple touchdowns,
Yeah,
and something happened. You know what I mean? Penalties, had to punt. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I was like, they don't want it.
Yeah, because they was up 10-0 at one point, weren't they?
Yeah, they don't want it.
Yeah. And I really do believe Florida is a better. They got, well, I ain't gonna say they're a better team. They got some talent on their team, and I thought that they probably could have got Tennessee because I don't think Tennessee is a 8th ranked team. I really don't. And I think next week we're gonna find out if they are or not when they play Alabama. But I think they ranked a little bit too high at number 8 for sure.
Right.
we gotta remember coaching play a part in it too. You know what I mean? Some bad play calls here, bad play calls there.
Yeah.
Getting caught in the wrong defense, and it'll cost you. It'll cost you. Sometimes it's not always on the players.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's true.
You're right.
Look, a lot of times it ain't on the player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why these coaches don't roll these athletic quarterbacks out. They always letting these dudes stay in the pocket and try to throw. I'm like, roll these dudes out and let them
that's not their
RPO,
script.
man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand that, man. Like,
They just believe that if they stick to the script and stay in the pocket, one of them routes are going to open, and all they got to do is just get the ball. They just believe in that.
yeah, like, man, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Let these dudes have their options open.
I agree with you on that one for real.
Yeah.
And you know, and you making a really good point because anytime you got a certain type of quarterback that you recruited to do, so you know why you recruited him.
Right.
Don't turn him into your style of offense. You create an offense around this guy. That's how you know you got a great.
Let him be him.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta play to that guy's strength, man. And when you don't do that, you're hurting yourself and your team.
Yeah. True story.
We had number 9, Ole Miss 26 at number 13, LSU 29. Ole Miss was favored in this game by 3.5, but the over and under was 62.5. They did not reach that. Yeah, they did.
I think we all picked LSU in that one.
Yeah, we all picked LSU.
Yeah. LSU won me some bread. I'm glad. Again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You eating off of LSU, huh?
I'm eating off the LSU.
That's
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
I'm eating off them.
You find a winner, ride with them. That's for sure.
You feel me? They got athletes, man, but they still ain't it though. LSU ain't it.
Yeah.
But they got people out there playing, but they ain't it. Just like I seen Ole Miss. Ole Miss ain't it either.
Yeah.
And to your point that you made earlier, T1, they're favoring this SEC teams, man, with these kind of a rankings. They got
Big time. And that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Tennessee at 8, and then they got Ole Miss at 13. Those teams are probably too high, man, when you consider
way too high. Way too high.
Way too high. You right about that.
But I also believe that they're going to force the voters' hands to be like, nah, y'all ain't as good as later on in the season. After maybe week 9 and 10, then you're going to probably see those teams falling in the 20s.
They're always going to say the SEC is just so good and they just beat up on each other. That's all they're going to say. They're going to say they beat up on each other. Yeah. Look at all the competition that you have. Look, you have to play Vandy now. You have to play Kentucky. You have to play South Carolina. And those are just the guys at the bottom. And okay.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Do you think they go off TV ratings too, which would be a good football game? You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody gonna watch that game.
They definitely go off. Yeah, they definitely go off ratings. And they're getting it right every week. They're getting it right. The games that they putting on TV, those are the games.
Yeah.
You're watching all the good games. We're not missing any games. They're all on cable TV.
They are.
National TV, all of the bangers.
Yeah, I agree. I think it all plays a role in how they vote, man. TV, betting, all that. You know, I think it all plays a role. We had number 11, Iowa State 20-28 at West Virginia 16. Iowa State was favored by 3. The over and under was 53. They didn't meet that over. I really thought West Virginia was going to play Iowa State better, being at home in West Virginia. That's a tough place to play. But Iowa State showed it, man. Listen, we Iowa State, bro. We running the Big 12 this year.
I'm going to have to watch a whole Iowa State. I'm going to have to watch me a full Iowa State game. So I can get
I ain't watching none of that.
And I always just look at them. I turn it to the game. I look at it, and then I turn it. And then I end up not going back because the game just isn't interesting.
Yeah.
They're very boring, bro. They're very, very boring. That's for sure. Let's look at their schedule and see what game you might want to try to catch. Well, you might catch the last game of the year. They play Kansas State. That might be the best game that you get to watch. They play.
Sound like they undefeated, right?
Yeah, they're undefeated.
Yeah. They might go undefeated.
Yeah, because they're going to beat UCF. They're going to beat Texas Tech. They're going to beat Kansas. They're going to beat Cincinnati. Then they got Utah, and then they got Kansas State.
They're going to beat Utah, and they're going to beat Kansas State.
Yeah, I can see them going undefeated.
Iowa State will be in the top 5.
But I think BYU can do the same thing, too. I think BYU can go undefeated in the Big 12, too, and they meet up in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
Right now, that's looking like that'll be a real good game.
Oh, yeah.
But I need to see Iowa State. I haven't looked at them at all.
Yeah.
So it just looks like they're a solid team and they're winning.
Yeah, they solid. I seen them, I think a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I like their defense for real. Yeah, their defense kind of fast.
I watched a little bit when they played Iowa, the second game of the season. A game that Iowa should have won, and Iowa ended up giving it up to them in that fourth quarter, man. And Iowa State should not have won that game, but they pulled it out. That was the only highlights and stuff that I seen of Iowa State. Next, we got number 18, Kansas State 31 at Colorado 28. Kansas State was favored by 4. They didn't cover, and the over and under was 56.5. They did go over the over. Did y'all get to catch any of that?
Yeah, that was a late night game. I did, man. I was dozing off on that game. It was
I missed the end.
Yeah, Shador, all right, man, but he still his awareness in that pocket got to get better. Cause he take too many unnecessary sacks.
Yeah, he'd be up under so much fire, man.
Yeah, man. He always trying to make a play. That's what's wrong. He got to start checking down everything. He always want to make that play.
Away. He don't like throwing the ball away because he don't want to mess up his throwing percentage.
I don't care nothing, but I
don't either. I'll be like, throw the ball away, but he don't want to. He needs that throwing percentage to be up. So therefore he's taking sacks.
Yeah, he's taking sacks and everything. Actually, they had the chance in this one too. They had the chance to win at the end too.
Yeah. I fell asleep. I think we was down like about 14 or 10, something like that.
Yeah, they came back. They came back. And then with Travis Hunter, he got hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They came back. They did
see that.
Yeah, and what's his name went out for a couple times. The little horn dude.
What was wrong with Travis?
His shoulder.
He banged up his shoulder. He caught a pass across the middle, and the defensive back hit him and banged his shoulder. Yeah. I watched the first half, man, and Colorado disappointed me because I talked earlier about them going from 10 personnel to 11 personnel. They went back to that dumbass 10 personnel, man, where you can't. Shedeur Sanders going to get killed as long as they stay in that 10 personnel where they don't have a tight end.
Right.
You gotta have another guy to help block, man.
You do.
And they was after his ass all the first half. So I said, I ain't watching no more. They keep going to 10 personnel. I ain't watching no more. You'll get that guy killed, man.
Yeah. And their wide receivers routes be too long too. I'll be like, they got everything coming across the middle and they're going deep. They don't got no short passes like that. They want him to drop back and sling that thing.
Yeah. The other game we had number 1 Texas 34 versus Oklahoma 3. Texas was favored by 14.5. They covered, but the over and under was 49.5. They did not get anywhere close to that. Did y'all get to check out any of that game?
Yeah, that was a rout. They couldn't. Oklahoma couldn't do nothing, man.
Yeah, it wasn't a rivalry game. It wasn't a banger. It wasn't interesting. I'm quite sure the viewership on that had to be pretty low yesterday.
Yeah, they might have started watching it the first quarter, but after that,
first quarter. Yeah.
That sounds like me.
Yeah. One thing I did like about that game though is Oklahoma's defense is good, man. They gave up 34 points because they got burnt out, but their defense is good. And I wonder how good will Oklahoma be if they had those 5 wide receivers that's on the injury list, man. Could they be better if they had those dudes, man?
5 wide receivers down. That's bad.
Yeah, all of their top wide receivers are hurt. They playing with dudes that they didn't even expect to even see the field. And so that's what's really killing them. Many of those guys are out for the season. I think Deion Burks might be the only one that might play again this season. But the rest of them, I think they're done for the season. Yeah,
that's big.
And they played with a freshman quarterback.
And they play with a freshman quarterback, yeah.
So they building for the future right now because they ain't going nowhere. They ain't doing nothing. It's a futuristic team right there.
Yeah, I thought they were going to throw Jackson Arnold in the game once they seen that the freshman really couldn't do much, but they didn't. They stayed with that freshman, man, which means Jackson Arnold, you might as well get in that transfer portal, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, he got moved. He got moved out though. You know what I mean? I think the Porter waiting for him.
Yeah, for sure. And the big game of the day, number 2, Ohio State 31 at number 3, Oregon 32. The Buckeyes was favored by 3. The over and under was 53.5. They surpassed that.
Big hit.
What was your thoughts on that game? I know everybody watched that game.
Hey,
I
I'll
want to hear
take
T1. I want to hear
Yeah.
T1.
So look, let me just start off like this. So yesterday was my 5th year anniversary. So yesterday was a big day anyway. And also, along with that, my son invited my wife and I to their 3D ultrasound. So we got to go and see the 3D ultrasound of our grandson. And that little buddy in there was so freaking handsome, bruh. You talking about the feeling that I got through my body and just the smile that it put on my face. And then he got to smiling at us and opening up his mouth like, dog, he was putting on the whole show. He had his hand up under his chin and was smiling. I wish I could show the pictures, but they're on my phone. But he was putting on the whole show, man. So, you know, the day was just beautiful. You know, me and my wife, we went out, had us a nice, beautiful anniversary dinner, and you know, went downtown and snapped a couple of pictures. And, you know, I came home and I changed out my clothes, but my light wouldn't come on. I'm like, dang, came out the plugs, put it back in the plug, still wouldn't come on. Then I heard my wife say, babe, we ain't got no power. It's 7:10. So about 7:15. She like, we don't have any power, and they've been messing with our power out here. So like, it just went off like probably about 2 weeks ago, or probably not even 2 weeks ago. It went down on us. So I'm like, ain't this big? And I'm like, we about to lose this game. I can't even pull it up on my big screen. I can't watch the game. It's my anniversary. All of my plans was just to be with my wife. It wasn't to go and out and, you know, be at a game party and watching the game with the family, with the homies or whatnot. This was just me and my wife's day. So wasn't no going over nobody's house to watch a game. I thought about going to get a hotel, but they were saying it was going to be back on by 10:30. Watched the game in my car on my tablet because I had to keep it plugged up so that it would have juice.
Right.
So, you know, that was I don't have a generator. I've been saying I need a generator for probably the past 20 years. But I said to myself, this is bad. This is bad. We losing this game. So, although I still was confident while I'm watching the game, I thought we were gonna win. I just felt that way. But then when I asked somebody else about the game, and they see on that first possession where that Oregon player intercepted that ball, it was pretty clear, and it was pretty clear that a call should have came from up top before we even got a playoff. But they even allowed us to get a playoff to continue that drive and get that opening possession touchdown. So, you know, and then along with that, when Howard, when he just missed that snap for like no odd reason at the most important time of the game, it just be things like that happen. That's just two of the things that happen. You know what I mean? It just be things like that happen that just make you think a lot of times, like, are we really watching entertainment and not really watching true sports? And if you have a team, you just have to wait on your team's turn whenever their turn is. I still believe it's our team. I said this was just a preview of the Big Ten championship. And I still feel that way. You know, all we have to do is run the table. It was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game. And just there was no way that anybody can walk away and be upset with the outcome of that game, regardless of what went on. It was a hell of a game. A banger, as we keep saying, week after week after week after week. A banger, and I loved it. And like I said, my day was so beautiful yesterday. There was absolutely nothing that could mess it up. You feel me? There was nothing that could mess it up. So I went to bed probably more peaceful than I ever had after a Buckeye loss. Go ahead, Paul.
So what you think? What you think about y'all's DBs though?
I think we were in the wrong defense quite a few times last night. I think we were in the wrong defense quite a few times last night. And I just saw, like, on every one of those passes that Burt got beat on, he just got caught flat-footed. And once you get caught flat-footed, you're not running with these speedsters.
Yeah.
And that's just what happened. And QB just laid it out there, and he was just running up under it. It was looking beautiful.
And thing about that is too, what everybody don't understand when you calling defense or whatever, you don't expect your number one to get beat like that though.
No, you do not.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and then everybody was on there like, why don't they have a safety over top? No, the safety was over top of the other dude.
He's supposed to lock his dude down.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He was on top of the other dudes. He wasn't on top of Burt, you know what I mean? Because you don't expect him to be like that. You know what I mean? And then when y'all went to two safety high, they ran the ball.
Yeah, and Donnell said we ain't applied no pressure, and we didn't.
Yeah.
QB was back there chilling.
On 44.
QB was back there chilling. What'd you say, Paul?
Y'all relying on 44 and 58.
Yeah, I mean, we relying on that whole front four.
Yeah,
and we just didn't get it. But look, a lot of times they were only sending four. They had five to block four. You're not gonna put no pressure on.
Yeah.
You're not gonna put no pressure on the quarterback. And that's what happened. The QB was just sitting in a hole, you know, just picking and choosing. And he was the routes were developing and they were open.
Yeah, see, if they don't get to him, I could tell he been like that at Oklahoma. If he don't get touched, he a good thrower.
That's any quarterback. That's any quarterback. If they're allowed, you can take any one of these quarterbacks that's on any of these top 25 teams, and if they're allowed to sit back there in the pocket and paint their fingernails or whatever they want to do and still throw a ball, they're going to have a lot of success.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's just like practice. It's just like we practice. Drop back, check one. If he ain't open, check two. If he ain't open, check three. If he ain't open, dump it down.
Especially with that speed, because they had them on the island where if you wasn't getting no pressure, they would just tell. I know they would just tell, just lay it out there.
Yeah.
Just lay it out there. If he can't go get it, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just lay it out there.
If he even, he leaving.
Yeah.
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 That game also showed your show defensive coordinator's name, Knowles.
Yeah.
That game showed him, listen, man, you got to start sending five guys sometimes.
You got to put some pressure.
You
think your guys gonna get there.
Yeah, you got to put some pressure because the DBs were with him for the first couple seconds, first few seconds, and that's that's really what you expect your DBs to do. You hold him, give us 2.5 seconds to get to that quarterback.
Yeah.
Give us 2.5 seconds to try to get to this QB, and we should be good. That's what Knowles is expecting. That's what the fans are expecting.
Yeah, you ain't covering nobody for no 5 seconds.
That extra second and a half.
Yeah.
That quarterback is getting 4 seconds in the pocket.
You can't do that. Yeah, you can't get no quarterback no 4 seconds, man.
No. No, I recorded the game, so I am gonna put it up on my big screen, and I'm going to rewatch that game, and I'll be able to look at it better. You know, and then my tablet. Look, I had to put on my hotspot for my phone, so my tablet will also be getting blurry. You know how to get blurry, like it's showing, and then it get blurry on you. Like it'll get blurry. I couldn't even see where the ball was.
Yeah,
It was times I couldn't see where the ball was. I didn't know who had the ball. I was just like, this is terrible. I was like, but I ain't gonna let it cramp my shine.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel that.
I
But
think that
overall, it was a good game.
it was a
Yeah,
good
it was a
game.
great game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was actually closer than I thought it should have been. I thought Ohio State, especially when they scored on that first drive, no matter how they got there, I thought that they were going to be able to do some things, and they were able to run the football. And I think Chip Kelly needs to go look at Brennan Marion at UNLV, his go-go offense. If they put two of them backs on the field at the same time, man, and run some
Yeah.
offense out of
At
that.
some point, we got to run that ball and just run that ball and just run that ball.
Yeah.
And he never really did that.
He never really did it. Yeah.
I get that it's a long season, but we have two of the best backs, and we got to remember to just pound the ball. Just like the one time he had Ibuka and Junkins back there, and to me, that's a waste. That should be Junkins and Henderson back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We ran with Ibuka. He got like 11 yards. Yes, that's a good play. And then we go to a different formation and we run Junkins, and that defensive tackle made one hell of a play. He just went straight for the ball and just took the ball from him.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't expecting that. He didn't go and try to tackle him. He just went straight and took the ball.
Straight and took the ball. I know exactly
that
what
was
play
dope. That was a play, man. That's players making plays in big games.
Yeah.
I love that, man. I love that. I don't care who do it. I love it. That's a dog. And I like dogs. I'm like Coach Prime. I like them dogs. That was a dog move.
Yeah, I love plays like that. I love players who think like that anyway.
Yeah, man, just have that mentality. Like that's a dog, man. That might have been a play of the whole day in college football for me, because that was such a dog play at such a critical time.
Man, I forgot to put that Penn State and USC game on this slate, man.
Yeah, let's talk about it. If y'all done with Ohio State, I think we agreed it was a great game. And I agree with you that I'm definitely shocked at how close it was, but that just goes to tell you too, we're not Vegas. Vegas knew what they was talking about in this game. They probably wanted to make it, 1 or 2 points and just a coin flip and just pick it. They probably wanted to do that. And that 3.5 was really high to them.
Yeah.
They had a plan and they executed it, and it was a beautiful game.
It was definitely a good game. That was definitely a good game.
Do y'all believe that's going to be the Big Ten championship game?
It definitely could be. It definitely could be. I don't see nobody stopping them. I just hope they don't play that good against us. But I know our cornerback on the other side of Will Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he toast, man. This cat is toast, man.
Well, after watching that game last night, I'm quite sure every team that we're playing, all the wide receivers and quarterbacks are licking their lips. Like, okay, if we can just duplicate what Oregon did, we can have some success. But
these coaches
know it's hard to duplicate another team's success.
That's all about pressure, though. Reason why that was like that, because it wasn't no pressure on dude. Dude was I ain't never seen no quarterback just sit back there like
he had all night. He had
like
all
dude
night.
was doing. And he was just lobbing that thing up in the air and let this wide receiver go get it. I ain't never seen that on Ohio State. Y'all used to always have a person to come and get it.
Somebody coming. Yeah. I think I saw him make a phone call in the pocket last night.
I know that one. I know that one when Tez Johnson got in that slot. What was it? Right before half, when they just went straight down the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He threw that. I'm talking about he didn't even get touched on that. He just slung that thing right down the middle.
Yeah, and he never looked at Taz. That was just a play that wasn't even designed to go to Taz. Look, that's why it was open.
Yeah, like, cause y'all was shutting Taz down though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, at the expense of Stewart tapping
Yep.
us. We made him look like a Heisman Trophy candidate
Yeah, man. They ain't expect that.
at all.
Dylan
expect
Gabriel,
that.
though, Dylan Gabriel has played a lot of football. Remember when he was at UCF and they went undefeated that year?
Yeah.
His leg. Then he got himself back together. Then he went to He's been in college for 7 years now.
Right. They say he played the most snaps to anybody in college football history. I was like, man, come on, man.
Hey, both quarterbacks did a good enough job to win the game.
Oh yeah,
Both
for sure.
quarterbacks were very efficient.
For
I
sure.
don't think either one of them threw an interception. I want to say both of them may have been over 70% completions. I mean, the quarterbacks played. You know, outside of that fumble that Howard did, and that looked like a call from Vegas. He played a good game.
He played a good game. I knew that when the game was on the line, though, I was like, Will Howard gonna do Will Howard, man. In the game on the line. And he did.
We still could and should have won, just like that offensive pass interference. That's just a bad time to make a play. That's just a bad time to get that call right there. I mean, we're kicking an easy 35-yard field goal if we don't get that call.
But do you think that was the right call though?
I just have to go with it. I don't agree with a whole lot of calls. So that's what balances everything out. Like at our age, we know this is just part of the game.
Yeah.
It's part of the game that we're going to disagree with a lot of their calls.
I didn't think it was the right call at first until like the announcer said it. He was like, "Yeah, look at him. He extended his arm, and then."
But they do that all of the time. You know what I mean?
It was like the DB's reaction, though. It was the DB's reaction too, because after he did that, the DB turned all the way around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After he put DB turned all the way around, and he went to he caught the ball and went out of bounds. I didn't think it was. And I was like, man, it's reaction.
But it really wasn't, because they do that all the time. Just like they be fighting for the ball while the ball's up in the air. The defender may be pulling on his arm or pulling on anything, and they'll not call it. But then when they call it, they're like, "Yep, we see him pulling on his arm, but he just pulled on his arm the last play, and you ain't called it."
They let you get away with that in college sometime.
Yeah,
because I seen a lot of hand fighting in college, bro.
The ball was up in the air one time, and the DB, they all the way down the field. The DB pushed Smith out of bounds.
Yeah,
I'm looking like, hold on, time out. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, they do that. I ain't gonna lie.
You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to have your hands on him while that ball is up in the air. So how can you push him out of bounds?
Yeah, you're right about that. I know that. Yeah, you're right about that.
Just like, it's out of our control. That's just something that I've learned through these sports. Like they crazy. I ain't buying it. I ain't believing none of it, but I'm still rooting for my teams and rooting against Poe and his boys. Yeah. It's always gonna be like that.
I believe it. I already know.
I left this game off the slate, man, but let's talk about it, because I think one of these teams got something to say about who's gonna play in that Big Ten championship. Number 4, Penn State 33 at USC 30. Penn State was favored by 5.5, and the over and under was 47.5. So they beat that over. What did y'all think about that game?
It was a great game. A great comeback by Penn State. Penn State showed that they are capable of being a number 4 ranked team in the country. And I was impressed with them. I was impressed with Penn State yesterday. I didn't think that they were this good before yesterday. And yesterday let me know that Penn State can probably play with anyone.
They can, but Lincoln Riley dropped the ball, man.
Yeah, he dropped the ball.
He dropped
Agreed.
the ball on this. Only thing they had to do was keep feeding number 4. That dude was eating, man.
Yeah.
He was eating on the ground, man. I was like, I couldn't believe he was getting that many yards on Penn State. They should have did screens and everything to him because he was eating, man. I was like, he ain't play against. He did us with that long run, but I'm saying he was really playing against Penn State. Lincoln Riley dropped the ball on this one because he stopped messing with him, stopped giving him the ball and everything. But Penn State did good. But dude can get rattled though, man. Penn State's quarterback, he can get rattled with that pressure, bro.
Yeah, he can.
Because if they would have had if USC would have had number 18, that little outside linebacker, the slim guy, it would have been a different game. Because they wasn't getting no pressure like that. He was just sitting in the pocket, patting his feet. Like, because dude made a good play. Number 44, he was making good plays. Them wasn't good throws. Them was good plays, man.
Right.
He was making good football plays because them wasn't good throws.
Yeah. So Penn State play Ohio State on November the 2nd.
Yes, sir.
Man, because I don't know. Oregon y'all play Oregon, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it in the big
They got them in 2 weeks. I think they got them in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's in the big house. It's gonna be chilly.
Yeah, it's gonna be chilly. So those 2 games, man, I think are gonna be the ones that let us know who's gonna make that Big Ten championship game, man. Out of those teams that's up there. That's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, it is.
Anything else y'all want to add before we head out?
No, not really.
It's another beautiful day of college football, man.
Yeah.
And then too, like I say, with that Penn State USC game,
it's all
sometimes
about this.
You just gotta think it's about Vegas, man, and how Vegas won it.
And I'm telling you what I learned. I learned this week. Well, I knew it, but I learned this week. You got to have pressure on that quarterback, and you got to have good quarterback play. And if the linebackers ain't stout in that middle, man, it's gonna be bad. LSU got some good linebackers. I watched that. LSU have some good linebackers.
Yeah, I'm still not getting the play that I need out of my linebackers, and definitely not out of my Mike linebacker, who is Simon. Styles is beginning to make a little more and more tackles. You hear his name being called, but we need more of those tackles behind the line of scrimmage, at the line of scrimmage. Styles making these tackles, 7, 8, 10 yards down the field.
Yeah.
And Simon is missing those tackles. And the running back is getting 15, 20 yards after contact.
Your boy been disappearing though. Number 33.
Sawyer, yeah. Because they're getting double teamed. We're only sending 4, so they're able to keep double teaming Sawyer and JT.
Yeah, right. You gotta get them off them blocks, man. Like,
yeah, you have to have somebody up there acting like they're about to blitz or something. You have to send them linebackers, not the safeties, not the corners. You got to send them linebackers.
Yeah.
Keep them safeties and corners back there for that 1.5 second lockdown for you to get pressure on them.
Yeah.
And I think LSU was without their best defensive player, Harold Perkins. I think Perkins is out too.
So was Oregon. Oregon was missing their best defensive lineman. But you couldn't tell, and that's how it is when you have those programs that recruit those 4 and 5 stars year in and year out. It just really needs to be the next man up. And Oregon showed that they go with that next man up, and they didn't miss a beat yesterday. You would have never known that their top defender was not in the game.
Yeah. They're top. Yeah,
that's a championship program.
What y'all think about Vanderbilt getting another win over Kentucky yesterday?
Impressive.
Yeah. Kentucky overrated anyway.
Yeah.
They want Kentucky to be so good in football, that it's ridiculous. They good in basketball, well, not no more, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want them to be so good. Like,
Yeah. They got a decent defense, but their offense is pitiful.
yeah,
It's the bottom. It's that was like the championship game for the lower tier teams in the SEC.
yeah,
The mid level. That's some of that Reggie. That was one of them Reggie games.
yeah. But Vanderbilt might start getting some recruits, man.
Hey,
You
if
know
they
what
can
I mean?
now, if Vandy can keep on winning throughout for the rest of the season, it could
Yeah.
be they could be talked about differently.
Yeah, they can. But see, you know what's gonna mess that up is
What's
that
that?
Neil money. That Neil money.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That Neil money always,
yeah.
man. Even
Like
Air
get up
Force
out
and
of Vandy.
Army.
Get up out of Vandy. Come on over
Yeah.
here where the sun is shining a little brighter. You get a
Yeah.
little bit more pub.
Right. See that
Yeah.
that even Army and Air Force, you know what I mean? They undefeated, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's a different college program. You know what I mean? You ain't talk about no Neil money. I don't even know how they getting paid with
I
that.
see what you're talking about.
Or are they doing Neil with the Army or Air Force? I don't even know about that.
Yeah, they're probably not even getting no Neil money. They probably just getting. I mean, they probably. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Army Air Force. They ain't nobody getting no. They ain't getting no nothing.
Yeah,
Money.
like,
They're like y'all just here to serve y'all's country and serve y'all's country only. You don't take from nobody. You give.
yeah,
They get paid from that though, right? They get paid from being in the military, right?
yeah, they get paid from that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let me ask y'all this, man, because the kid who spit on that Ohio State player yesterday, and the guy
And
from
they had a player
Alabama,
ejected early and still won.
and the player from Alabama kicking that ball, man, during that Vanderbilt game. What's going on with these players, man? That's just like that's nuts to me, man.
right. I'm talking about they get
lose control. What the hell's going on with that?
Entitlement. They can do whatever they want to do now. They feel like they can do whatever they want to do.
yeah,
You know, they got this when they gonna get to talking about the money when you see stuff like this. And they get to
Yeah.
talking like you see what happened when you give them money. They just
Yeah.
get ignorant.
yeah,
But they ain't got nothing to do with the money. That's just these players. That's who they are.
yeah.
That's
that
who
is
they are. And money brings out who you are.
yeah,
If you're a great person and you got money, you're gonna be an even greater person.
yeah,
If you're an asshole and you get money, you're gonna be a bigger asshole.
yeah, yeah. You right about that. Entitlement. That was the perfect word for that.
Yeah.
That was the
So
perfect word.
there's
for
just
that.
no place in football for that. That right
Yeah.
there should get you even banned from making it to the NFL. Like we
Yeah.
don't tolerate anything like that. That's nasty.
Yeah, bro. I don't think if I'm the coach, he ain't on my team no more. I don't care
Man,
how
that's
good
like,
he is.
how do you, if you can do
Right.
something like that
Yeah,
on
like, bro.
national TV in a primetime game
Yeah,
in front of millions on top of millions of people, the only way
Yeah.
you get to stay around is if the media wants to show that type of ignorance.
yeah.
And we know
Just
they
think
do like it.
Just think if a dude ain't had the screen, man.
Yeah,
Man, that would have been nasty.
Yeah, if he ain't had this shit, man, come on, man. That was, I ain't like that, bro. I did
Yeah,
not
that would
like
have been
that.
nasty.
Yeah, like,
You know what else I didn't know, man? I did not know that a group of 5 teams can be in the top 4. If,
what?
Say for instance, if Boise State is ranked higher than one of the conference champions, if they're ranked higher than one of the conference champions, they can get in one of those top 4 slots. I didn't know that.
Me either.
They but listen, you know who they did that for, right? Notre Dame. That was created for Notre Dame. And
Now,
Notre
Dame can't get higher than a 5 slot. They can't get in a top 3, top 4. I mean, they can only get to 5.
So who made that up?
SEC.
Because they're not in the conference, they're independent, so they can't be
Exactly. So that would be the group of 5.
No, they're not in no conference at all. So they're
I know. So you would think that they would be included. You would think they'd just be included with everybody else. That's not in a Power 4 conference.
No, they don't
I'm
get
gonna
those
say I'm gonna
benefits.
help you when I get off this podcast.
Yeah, they don't get those benefits, man. And so if Boise State or whoever, UNLV, whichever one of them that it looks like one of them is probably going to win the Group of 5 chance to get in the Big 12. If they're ranked higher than one of those conference champions, man, they get in.
I don't see the big wigs just ranking Boise that high just because of who they play. They just gonna go off that strength of schedule, and that strength of schedule is not gonna allow them to put Boise over, some of these one-loss teams that you're gonna have out here in the SEC
I agree.
and the Big Ten.
But it can't. But it can't happen though.
It can't happen though.
Yeah, it can't happen.
It can't happen though.
It can't happen.
But
only if you have the Ohio State, Michigan, and Texas on your schedule. So now it's like, they didn't play some big boys. So we see that they can play with the big boys.
Yeah.
They don't have that on their schedule to get them up there like that.
You're right. And it's all about the watch too. About, is it going to be a good game? Yeah. Boise playing Texas. Is it going to be a good game? You know what I mean? They think about that stuff too. Or the viewers going to tune in. We already know Texas going to tune in. You know what I mean? But if people that don't like Texas, like if a Michigan fan like me is going to watch Boise in Texas, am I going to watch it? Yeah, I'm going to watch it because I'm a football fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the casual fan is not going to watch that game.
Yeah,
it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah,
so I'm going to waste my time. I'm going to go find another game that I think is going to be more competitive.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, man, because they really not showing the Big 12 a whole lot of love, man. They can be.
They're not because
Big 12 teams, man.
Because it's not with Texas and Oklahoma out of there. It's just looking like you just got some mid-level teams.
Yeah,
you just got a bunch of Reggies out here.
They only reason why they showing the old Pac-12 because they come on at 10:30 at night. You know what I mean? They come on like that. Of course they're gonna show them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I seen Hawaii play. I seen Hawaii play at 11 o'clock at night. I was like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
I like you have to be a fan to watch that or one of them. You know what I mean? Like.
I like that Colorado game came on. I'm a fan of Colorado, so I mean I didn't get to stay up to the end. I clunked out, but
10:30. See, you're gonna watch that. See, people gonna watch that because of Deion. They want Deion either to fail or win. That's why they're gonna watch that. Yeah. And then he had so many people there. He had Carmelo. He had a whole bunch of people there.
Always.
You know what I mean? He got celebrities there. That's why people gonna watch that.
I needed them to pull that game out though, man. It was a good game. It was a good game, and I needed them to pull that game out. It really hurt them when Travis went out. I'll tell you that.
It did. It definitely hurt him.
And that might have hurt his Heisman chances too. He had to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Right now, Ashton Jeanty, he got that wrapped up, man. He got another 200-yard game last night. He only had one touchdown, but he had 217 yards last night.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just still don't know if he can get it just because of who he's putting those 200 yards up against. I don't know if I can justify that.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but you got to think he doing that on everybody. Everybody can get it. That's why he playing. He like everybody can get it.
How many carries did he have?
He had 31 carries now. That was a lot.
See what I mean? Like that's what they're doing. I mean, they just feeding him like they need him. And he eating, and it's against I mean, you just have to think like how many other running backs could you put out there in Boise and hand them the ball 31 times? What are they gonna do?
But he did.
And mind you, he cold.
Didn't he get almost 200 on Oregon?
Yeah. Yes, but here's the thing: like how many carries did you have? I mean, but listen here. I didn't watch the boy. The boy has speed, power, and his footwork is immaculate.
Yeah.
He can get through small spaces. He can run through you. He can run through a tackle. I mean, now he has it. He has it. He has it. I just don't like when, like, if it was a quarterback and they were putting up 500 yards a game, and I just can't put those players on the same level as my players in these Power 4 conferences that's going up against solid defenses week in and week out. Like, if you're in the SEC or the Big Ten, you're not just going out there every week and saying, you know what, we about to just run this ball down their throat. You're not going to do that in those conferences. You might not even be able to do that in the Big 12 or the ACC.
Yeah, you can't run a one running back system in the Power
4. No, you can't. You can't do that. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna run them 31 times. That means that's what your whole offensive game plan is built around. Yeah. Which means I'm going to have a defensive game plan that's built around stopping your run game.
Yeah.
But they know that, and they still ain't stopping that dude, though.
Because they don't have the players. The boys good. They don't have the players. Yeah. And now it just makes such a difference when you have that experience on those offensive and defensive lines.
Yeah.
And I don't know what year those linemen are in, but the way this running back is running this ball, my guess would be that they have some very experienced offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And they're making it even easier for him.
Oh, snap. I didn't know Boise State and UNLV going to play in 2 weeks. They play on the 25th. 10:30 game, Friday night.
That's good. Yeah, I like those Friday night games. So that's a good Friday night game that we're most likely going to be able to watch a nice good piece of that.
Yeah, we are. I'm definitely going to watch that.
NBA on now though, so they about to be cutting up in some stuff, and it's going to be a game on Friday.
Yeah, it's still football season for me. I ain't NBA ready yet.
You ain't ready, man. I want
even though my Celtics won it all, I ain't NBA ready yet.
You just chilling.
Yeah, I'm in football mode.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You coming up all these championships. You just out here just leaning back, just enjoying life. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know what I mean?
I ain't mad at you at all, Poe.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying this little football season because we need this win today. I know my Steelers need this win today.
Boy. What you doing, Rob? Going back on and talking or you already talked NFL?
We talked NFL on Wednesday.
On Wednesday?
And then we'll jump on tomorrow and do a recap tomorrow night at 7:45.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to lead it. It might be Mossberg might lead it tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on tomorrow or not, but I'm going to set it up, though. And then him and somebody else might get on. Maybe Isaiah might get on. I don't know. Yeah.
Send me the link.
Yeah, I'll definitely send out the link, though. All right, homies. Well, I appreciate y'all jumping on, man. We had a good conversation, man. Some really good content. We actually know what we're talking about,
Man.
We ain't just on here flopping our gums.
Right.
That's right. Hey, did you remember cause I forgot and I could start doing it too, but we always gotta remember to post it on social media that we're going live so we can get them in here looking at it.
Yeah.
So they don't even know we on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
About 9:30, I'll put it on there about 9.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, and then tag everybody in it.
Okay.
So it hit our pages, and our people will know that we'll be on there and they can go check it out.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. I mean, I tagged you and Joe, and then I put it in the thread. So I'll start tagging everybody then.
Yeah.
All right. That worked.
Just to get people on. All right, WTP Sports Dudes, we out.
All right. Those
All right.
Steelers.
Yes, so. Yes, sir. Go Bucks. Go Browns. Go Bengals.